So much going on in the world right now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Ed News. Your boy Ed, E Pill, E Word Record Label, Funny Ed. Today, we're gonna try something different. We're gonna do a little bit of news, something going on around your way, something going around in your area. Let me know. I look at everything just about all the news, just about every day. Like, world. World news, local news, state news, federal news, news and true crime daily. So, I'm going to be smoking my cigarette, by the way, while doing this. Thank you very much. And I just want to say that the Bible says you're supposed to love your neighbor, love the Lord your God with all your heart. And it's a lot of hate going on in the world right now. A lot of people killing each other, a lot of people abusing each other, killing each other. A lot of people doing a lot of things that we shouldn't be doing. And we complain about how bad our life is sometimes, but in actuality, you the one made your life that bad with the choices that you made. And with that being said, we got a few people to talk about that ended up on the news because they made some choices in their life and they should have never made.
Nearly 30 years since Tupac Shakur was killed, but on Monday, a new development happening. This coming from Fox 5 Atlanta. Dwayne Peppy D. Davis is headed to trial for his alleged role in arranging the 1996
Dwayne Keefe D.
drive-by
Davis is
shooting
heading
that
to
killed
trial for his
rap
alleged
legend
role
Tupac Shakur.
in arranging the 1996 drive-by shooting that killed rap legend Tupac Shakur. Davis is the only suspect ever formally charged in connection with the crime. Now, what I do know is he's not the only one involved. He is the only one that has just got caught. Is gang members involved, Puff Daddy involved, Bad Boy involved. It's a lot of more other people involved in this situation. Now, allegedly, Puff Daddy had paid someone and he put the hit out on Tupac, allegedly. He hadn't gave Keefe D the money. He never received the money from Puff Daddy. Keefe D never received the money from Puff Daddy. So now, years later, his nephew that was involved, Orlando Brown, the one they had beat up in the Las Vegas casino after the Mike Tyson fight, they was the ones that had got to get back. So then Puff Daddy found out about what happened. Everybody know what happened at the Las Vegas casino situation after the fight. Allegedly, that same night, right? So even before the fight, it was already a hit put out on Tupac, even before the fight, y'all. Before the fight, it was already a hit put out on Tupac by Puff Daddy. And they had an agreement between Puff Daddy and the Crips, because that's what Keefe D was running with. He was running with the Crips over there in California, over there in Los Angeles. Now, he the only one looking stupid. He's still alive. He done wrote a book about it. He done did autobiography. He done did interviews on Vlad TV. He done told on himself so many times. He done told on himself. He done told on his nephew. But let me get this very clear, y'all. Keefe D was not the one that pulled the trigger. It was his nephew. He was there when it happened. He was in the vehicle when they had pulled the trigger and when they were shooting at Tupac and they killed Tupac. He was there when it happened, but he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. Now, was he one of the people that may have pulled the trigger or may have shot at him? I don't know. We don't know that, but we do know that he was there the whole time. And this is like years later now, and they still talking about Tupac and who killed Tupac. It's crazy. And you can find all kind of stories on YouTube, all kind of interviews, people talking about Tupac, people talking about Suge Knight, people talking about Keefe D. I mean, he was heavily influenced by the Crip gangs, and He was one of the leaders. So now he locked up. You know, that's why you got to be careful who you hang and who you roll with and who you do stuff with. Because the real people that did it, not even in the courtroom, y'all. It was somebody that was just there and that knew about it. So that would be accessory. You can't charge this man for murder. Maybe accessory after the fact. But he wasn't the one that killed Tupac. So how are we charging him with murder when his nephew and other gang members from the Crips killed Tupac? They never got paid for it. Keith D never got paid for it. Orlando Brown never got paid for it. Nobody never got any money for it. But it was already a hit put out on Tupac before they went to the Las Vegas fight. What I do know, I know that. It was a lot of people that were trying to kill Tupac. We do know that too. I mean, who not gonna try to kill you when you, hey, you ain't backing down. You can stand up for what you believe in, or you fall for anything. Gangs are heavily influenced right now in today's society. It's the reason why a lot of neighborhoods are so jacked up. Everybody want to be in the gang. Everybody want to be in the crib, the blood, whatever going on, whatever kind of gang y'all got going on around y'all way. But Black Lives Matter. We got new gangs now like Black Lives Matter, and I ain't seen no KK member. I ain't seen no KKK member. They don't exist no more. Then we got the Black Lives Matter, and then we got the liberal movement and the trans movement and the trans community people. They want to take over everything now. But back to the story, and even in relations to that, it was so much stuff going on with like year 1995 and 96. Like even before Tupac had got killed, there was so much stuff going on over there in California. California and New York have always been wild places. Always been wild places, heavily influenced by gangs. It just, and very much democratic because, Democrats let you do whatever the hell you want to do as long as they getting paid for it. They don't care about y'all. So, now he looking stupid later on because he was somewhere he shouldn't have been. He was he was living a lifestyle that he shouldn't have been living. And because of the choices that Keefe D made, now he in court paying for it. Because he know what happened and he know who did it. And he's still not telling the truth. I'm convinced that some of y'all wouldn't even tell the truth if it literally saved your life. I'm convinced y'all would still lie. We're going to get into this a little bit more. I'm pretty sure more details going to come out about it. But we know who killed Tupac, man. We know who had something to do with it. We know.
Davis is the only suspect ever formally charged in connection with the crime. Nearly 30 years after Shakur was gunned down on the Las Vegas Strip, the case is finally headed to trial. Once again, Davis, the only person ever charged in the killing, and prosecutors say that he helped orchestrate the drive-by shooting and provided the gun. Davis has pleaded not guilty. Now, after years of delay, trial proceedings get underway on Monday as jury selection starts in a Las Vegas courtroom. This trial is expected to last 4 to 5 weeks and could finally put some of the biggest questions
Just one example
in front of a jury.
of somebody that made the wrong decisions and that was living the wrong lifestyle and that was around the wrong people got caught up. Because he is the only one being charged for it. Everybody else is dead.
What exactly did the prosecution have to prove to get this murder conviction?
So if you think you're going to get away with something, guess again. You ain't getting away with it.
It's not that Dwayne Davis did the crime, but that he helped orchestrate the crime.
Orlando Brown had got killed later on that week, right after he did what he did. And that was gang related.
And that's where this is largely resting. and he has put himself through his own discussions and own publications in the car, providing the weapon, which kind of triggered all this.
PPD thought he stayed up on the radar,
But they don't have
but
to
he
prove
didn't.
just
He
that
put himself on the radar. He kept himself on the radar. He wrote a book about it.
And what's he
He
facing
did
next
interviews
when they
about it.
decide that?
he's facing life without the possibility of parole. It's a very serious crime with very serious consequences. And that's why I think, because of the seriousness of the offense, that's one of the reasons I think the prosecution decided to go ahead and go after him.
So we were kind of talking about this before this interview started. Really interesting case because he did an interview with law enforcement back in 2008, and then he also wrote this essentially tell-all memoir. All of this is going to be used in the trial. It almost seems like he was asking for this.
That's the most shocking thing of all, because, this case was essentially given up on. It happened 3 decades ago. They did an investigation. They couldn't get anywhere.
3
And then all of a sudden
decades
it comes
of
out this book,
investigation.
2019, where he's out there talking about the crime, putting himself in the car, kind of bragging about his involvement, and then more information comes out that he was a gang leader and part of the.
He's not the one that organized the killing though.
Put himself on the police's radar.
They say they got him for organizing the killing in Tupac. He wasn't the one that organized the killing. It was Puff Daddy that organized the killing.
Where he also talked about the crime, but supposedly that was supposed to be confidential.
We laughing at him for even leaving out Puff Daddy name, and we know in fact that it was Puff Daddy that organized the killing.
There's been a thirst for 3 decades to try to go after and solve this.
Good, look at dumb as hell in his mugshot.
Profile. And I think that's really the impetus for why they're going after him.
Really interesting. So how can somebody be convicted of murder if they're accused of orchestrating a killing rather than actually firing that gun?
Exactly.
Well, it's almost like a conspiracy and aiding and abetting type theory. But there are specific statutes.
He should have been charged with aiding and abetting too, cause he knew who did it.
It's an exacerbated crime, exacerbated murder charge.
Accessory after the fact.
One of the worst penalties you have, which is life without the possibility of parole. So that's the one statute they can go after because they don't really have the evidence of him actually committing.
We'll find out more about this, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna find another story here.
And it's really about trying to
I
put
like
together
this.
3 decades of evidence to corroborate